Hello everybody, welcome to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel, and I'm watching Fate Strange Fake. Okay, so, first of all, you're gonna want to watch this intro, because there's a couple of things that we need to go over. Starting with, I was under the impression, because it was on my anime list until they changed it, that Fate Strange Fake was starting this season. It is in fact not. It was only the first episode that was premiering. So the first episode is out, so I'm going to watch that today. But the rest of it, we don't know when it's coming out. It'll probably be sometimes this year, hopefully, but that means that I'm not going to have a show to watch this season. So this is the part that all you Fate fans should be excited for, because the last episode got a lot of support. Thank you all so much for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to be running a poll on my community tab on my channel in which I will have 4 options for replacement Fate series, different Nasuverse stuff, and you guys will get to vote on which show I watch. There won't be any more Fate Strange Fake, but there will be some more other stuff. The other thing is that, thank you all for leaving all the comments. I will say, I said no spoilers, and a couple of you got into some territory that I would not have felt comfortable with. What I mean by no spoilers is basically, if the show is going to tell me some information, you don't need to tell me it. I will find out when the show tells me. I saw a lot of people telling me that, Enkidu is actually Lancer, and the miasma is Rider, which I actually figured out on my own, so I wasn't that bothered by that. I figured it out because I was trying to find out when Enkidu was first put into something, and Fate Wiki was all like, yeah, Enkidu's a Lancer, and I'm like, well, okay. I was sure that the show was going to tell me at some point, so I didn't need you all to really clarify that for me. Yeah, going forward, if the show is going to tell me, you guys don't need to. Also, I can tell that the Fate fan base is starved for content, and that might be because Aniplex is the company who owns this, and they are very aggressive about copyright stuff. So if you haven't noticed, the last episode got taken down. I will be re-editing it to remove the part that it got taken down for and re-upload it at some point later this week, so don't worry about that. I'm kind of upset because that was one of the best performing videos that I've ever made, so I would appreciate you guys if you supported when it went back up and support this episode. With all that being said, we got introduced to a bunch of characters last time, a bunch of factions. We are diving into more, and then I'll have a poll this week, and we'll decide what to watch next. So if you guys are excited for more Fate, then you should subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single Fate series going forward. Anyway, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go. This is our main girl. Nevada. Oh, breaking news. What, you mean the giant... Yeah, gas company. Yeah, fucking every time. Oh boy, the army is, but, yeah, is it run by this guy? Why specifically 7 days? Do you know something that we don't? Is this the opening song? Probably. It's America. Wow. Man, she really looks like Saber. Which is interesting. Do you know? That's a good sign. Can you? Yeah. Yes, it is. Is that her name? Ayaka? Ooh. The Einsburns. Interesting. Of course the Einsburns were all like, we gotta participate in this thing. Like, of all the, Japanese factions, the Ainsburn seem the most into getting to the root of magic. I don't know if she is really aware of what's in store for her. Oh, cool. Is it the miasma? Has she summoned her spirit yet? Oh yeah, he succeeded. I'm so curious about what's going on with this family. It's so weird. They have similar, like, spots to the animals, the familiars. Oh, is that all this guy's doing? He's like, we're getting, like, because usually the Mage Association tried to conceal everything in Japan. Did they also start it? Yeah, I do wonder what the purpose behind this whole thing is. Checkpoint and what? Yeah, a way to mass produce holy grails. That would be not good. They're trying to see if they can succeed in creating a fake. I'm glad that I watched Lord El-Melloi, so I get all those references. Yeah. That's true. I'm also kind of glad that I'm going to be watching more shows in between this and when the rest of this comes out, because I'll be able to understand more references. Yeah, this girl. I was informed that she's, like, not actually the caster that he summoned. How much money did you give him? God, her voice actress is so familiar. Hello? Okay, cool. We've been kidnapped. Ah, good morning. Inside Out. We will get you the best cuisine. Delivers In-N-Out. I've never had In-N-Out. Here the burgers are really good. Here the fries suck. Francesca. He knows. He knows everything. You're trying to keep him in the dark so you can use him? It ain't working, apparently. You have porn on the internet. Did you know that? That is interesting, having a heroic spirit use the internet. So Feldeus is basically in charge of this whole thing. Seems that way. Oh yeah. Give me what I ask for. That's literally what I said in the first episode. Oh man, we're gonna have to go back and look at these things. Okay. Chains. Magic chains. Does he have a command seal on? I'm so curious what is being hidden from herself, like what memories she's forgetting. Interesting. Are you not?
試すだけだ。かつて円卓の騎士王と謳われた高潔な英雄が。
So you're trying to summon Artoria? It's the little girl there. Yeah, one of you two are not making it out of this, because you can't both be master. Whoa! Okay. Assassin here's here. Ah, yes. Why? Do you know this assassin, or... Hi there. I guess. Well, it's summoning time anyway. Yeah, this is all very fun. Yeah, I don't think Artoria is being summoned here. Yeah, who the fuck is this? I love his design anyway. Old man of the mountain. Alright, there's already some clues, but I don't know if I'll get them. Not quite. Ooh. Nope. Ooh, big sword. Well, it looks like Excalibur. Oh my god. Okay, this is... I gotta destroy this building. Don't worry. Gas company. Couldn't you have been a little bit more discreet? And this is what we saw last episode. She's basically like a puppet of a puppet. What do you mean, destruction? Everything's fine. Flat. Oh yeah, lots of you told me that last time that the guy who I was thinking of was the other character in Lord El-Melloi, Sven. Yeah, you said that shouldn't happen. So what's going on? What is he about to... He's about to have a speech. Okay. Well, we know his name, I guess. But that's very strange. Although, I have some theories. Well, she wanted Artoria, but she got Arthur. God, who are you? She just wants interesting things to happen. Alright. Who is this guy? He's got important character written all over him. It is true that we haven't seen the church at all. I kind of even forgot that they were involved in these things. Oh. Oh my god. He's got robot arm? Quintessential quartet. What the fuck is that about? They can't help themselves and they're just like, let's introduce more characters. Alright, that was Fate Strange Fake, episode 1. It's probably all we're gonna get for a while. I'm glad that I'm here early. I'll be ready. I'll definitely have to rewatch the first 2 episodes whenever the next one comes out, just to refresh myself, but this was a great episode. Or this show is really great so far. It's pretty much everything you want out of a Fate show. It's like all of the different like crazy factions and a Holy Grail war, except it's not a normal Holy Grail war. It's different than anything that we've seen before. How many Holy Grail wars have actually been put into anime. I know Fate Apocrypha. In Fate Grand Order, you go to like the Holy Grail Singularity. There's really only been like 3 Holy Grail wars depicted, but this one is very exciting because it's just like, what's even going on? We did get an explanation from Lord El-Melloi. Do you guys call him that, or do you guys call him Waver? Because I still want to call him Waver, because I'm like, that's who I know, that's my boy. But he is his Lord El-Melloi now. So, in which he thinks that America is orchestrating this Holy Grail War, or at least Faldeus and his faction. They're orchestrating it in order to analyze it and see if they can continue to replicate Holy Grail Wars in order to get pretty much, I guess, infinite Holy Grails. Now, I don't know if that's going to work out that well. One of you guys also reminded me that in the comments, a Holy Grail is not like one specific object. There have been like so many attempts at creating a Holy Grail. You know, the Holy Grail War in Fuyuki. Hold on, am I just realizing? I said, so the original city is like Fuyuki City, right? I'm thinking about that word. Doesn't that word have snow in it? Is Snowfield just like the actual literal English translation of the original town? Because if so, that would be very funny. But who knows what makes these guys so confident that they'll be able to actually successfully summon one and it'll do exactly what they want. I guess that's the whole like theme of the arrogance of the mages in this world. Like the idea that they can get to the truth, that there is a wish-granting object. I'm really curious about what twists and turns we're going to take to get to that Holy Grail. I can tell you this, Faldeus is probably not going to be successful, but he is, you know, helping to cover this up. Yeah, good luck. And now you have a saber who has Excalibur, obviously a very powerful noble phantasm. But let's, this saber said a lot of things, and they called themselves, I was gonna do research about all the things that they said. I'm like, is this, I guess last time that they might have been a different knight. I was like, maybe it's Gawain, maybe it's Tristan, but no, this servant straight up said, I'm Arthur Pendragon, which is curious to me. Well, obviously you're supposed to be like, what? But we know King Arthur is a woman and Artoria Pendragon. The fact that her name is Artoria, calling upon like the actual General Artorius, is interesting to me. Because this guy's name is translated as Arthur, which is more like the book character. And it makes me wonder if there are just like multiple identities based on Artoria, who's the actual figure, and Arthur, who is the book character. Hold on, maybe I'm going off, maybe that's all inaccurate, and I just remembered in the final episode, or like the final couple of episodes of Lord El-Melloi's case, what was it, Lord El-Melloi's case notes? Case files? Oh, it was Lord El-Melloi's case files, Rail Zeppelin, Grace notes. Fuck. Lord El-Melloi the second. Anyway, at the end of that, a Faker class is summoned. Lord El-Melloi gets on a train in that last arc, trying to win an auction to get a piece of Iskander to possibly summon him again. But a Faker Iskander shows up who's a woman, or she might not be Iskander, she might have been one of his generals or something. But anyway, they were like related. This woman was like related to Iskander, so I wonder if this is like a Faker version of, you know, Artoria. Or a completely different theory, which is, it was interesting that it looked like Ayaka was being used to summon Saber, like Artoria specifically. And I wonder if she has some sort of DNA relation, or she could just be like a homunculus created by the Ainsburns to be Artoria. She's related in some way. And I'm wondering if like the fact that she's a woman means that she just summoned like the male aspects, whereas she has the female aspects. I don't know. I'm really just spitballing theories, but it's so interesting to think about. You know, when you get the identity of a character very early on, I wonder how much is actually being hidden from us as the audience. I also maybe am like wondering if there's like a character in history that pretended to be King Arthur or something, and that I'm just not aware of. But anyway, I'm curious to find out the deal with this character is, and also what the deal with our main character Ayaka is. Apparently she's cursed. Is she cursed by the Ainsburns? Like, I could see the Ainsburns being like, we curse you, now go win the Holy Grail, and then you'll be uncursed. Or maybe there's something deeper. She keeps seeing these visions of a silhouette in cloak. What does that mean? Is she the real fake that this refers to? Because we don't know anything about her, but she adamantly declared that she won't be what her servant wants her to be. I'm like, I think you're talking to the wrong person, first of all, because I think that it was more directed at just like the world. Basically, everyone's just like, you go do this, you do this, you be this, and she's like, I won't. She's trying to figure out her own way. But I'm really curious, especially because she looks a lot like Saber. Now that might just be like the art style of this show, but like, or of the Fate series. But it's interesting, kind of like Grey in Lord El-Melloi, where she's like kind of a Saber, you know? Ayaka could be that, but she could entirely be her own character, and I'm just making things up. Either way, I'm very curious for her to find out more of her memory, and I'm curious to why the Ainsburns chose her. I have a feeling that they have a plan. Well, of course they have a plan. They're the Ainsburns. Oh, we got a pretty good scene with the caster. We still don't know who they are, but it's interesting to see because obviously Fate Stay Night came out. The visual novel came out in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s. All of it takes place in a time like before the internet was really around. So it's interesting to see a heroic spirit like really take advantage of the internet. It shows how modernized this series is. So I imagine that this is taking place in the 2010s, which is weird to think that that's kind of a while ago now. That means there's a lot of opportunity for like stuff. But I mean, the guy at the end was using a phone with buttons, so I don't know. If you guys want to tell me when this takes place, that would be fine. Speaking of that guy at the end, we got a priest with his 4 nuns? It's a weird situation. Because is he a robot? Is he all a robot? Or is he just a cyborg? What's going on? I'm very curious as to what the deal with that character is and how they're possibly going to meddle in events. I'm like, how many more characters does this show need? And it says yes. And honestly, I kind of love that Fate just... There's not a lot of anime that put a lot of characters into it and then follow through on, like, fleshing out those characters and making them all interesting. I think Fate, as a series, does that better than a lot of shows. I'm trying to think of a show that will, like, throw this many characters at you, but you'll be fully invested. Like, it doesn't happen. My Hero Academia threw a lot of characters at you when they introduced all of, like, Class 1A, but I'm like, you don't want to immediately become invested in all of them. But now, by the end of the series, you're all like, I love every single one of them. It's really hard to balance a lot of characters, but, hey, this series has been going since 2015, so there's a lot of time. There's a lot of novels. Well, I'm sure that they'll all be fleshed out. And I'm very excited for whenever the next episode comes out. Hopefully soon. Hopefully this year. I'll be keeping up with news, but in the meantime, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the poll that I'll be running to figure out the next Fate series. I've got 4 in mind. 2 of them would probably further my knowledge for this one. One of them is one that I've been wanting to watch for a while. And the other one, bit of a weird one. But we'll see what you guys choose. I'll be very curious. Although I have a hunch. Anyway, I hope that you liked my reaction to this episode. If you did, you can let me know by leaving a like. And feel free to leave a comment. Tell me how excited you are for more Fate stuff. Again, if the show hasn't told me the information, don't go out of your way unless I, like, specifically ask. I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Till next time, take it easy, everyone.